6:48, a very good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Kyle Bosch. We're taking a live look right now at the Bay Bridge in San Francisco. Millions of voters will be headed to the polls today for the California presidential primary. It is make or break for Bernie Sanders' campaign, though it might already be over. Some big news made by Hillary Clinton overnight.
Hi again and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. It's now 11 minutes before 7. Lisa Bedeau here with Kyle Bosch. We're starting our nonstop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. In our election 2016 coverage, Hillary Clinton is making history as the first female to ever win the Democratic presidential nomination.
Clinton reached her magic number overnight with a combination of pledged delegates and superdelegate votes. The White House says President Obama is readying to endorse Clinton in the coming days. However, rival Bernie Sanders not backing down just yet. He says he will take in the results of tonight's primary contest at his home state in Vermont and will reportedly begin to assess his campaign going forward.
Voters in 6 states will head to the polls today, including North Dakota. Of course, the biggest prize is California.
Early voting is now on in North Dakota for next week's primary and local elections. As we mentioned, Election Day 1 week from today. But Cass County early voting locations have opened up this week. The first one opened up yesterday at the Baymont Inn in South Fargo. That's on 13th Avenue South. You can vote there until tomorrow.
In West Fargo, early voting at the Cambria Suites is happening. That's just off of I-29 and 9th Street. That precinct will open through Friday. The third early voting location is in Castleton. That'll be open tomorrow through Friday. All 3 locations are open from 10 until 7.
Coming up on 6:51, time to get a look at weather and traffic on the ones. And we start with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. It's a good day to head out to the pool. Might want to wait till a little bit later, though. It's chilly out there this morning. But in the afternoon, we're looking at temperatures that'll be making their way in the Southern Valley into the 70s, into the 60s up north. So may not be quite warm enough for some of you warm weather lovers, but still nice sunny conditions, and light wind too will make a big difference. Looking outside, beautiful sunshine. We've got blue skies on the way for today. 46 degrees is your current temperature in Fargo. It's up to 48 in the Moorhead area, and the air is on the calm side. Looking outside, we do have calm conditions across much of the region here with otherwise light wind. Nothing to show you for the sun or for the radar and satellite picture, and we'll continue to be pretty good all day long. Temperatures making their way to 70 degrees this afternoon. I think more places will see 70 than we saw yesterday, and we'll tack on a few more degrees for just about everybody. A few clouds up to the north and east, and that's about it today. So looking really nice even into the later evening hours tonight. This is 7 o'clock, still hanging on to some 70-degree temperatures at that point. So looking nice. We'll be nice and clear tonight, and tomorrow waking up to temperatures that are a little warmer than today, and that'll set the stage for a warmer day. 84 degrees your high Wednesday, another 10 degrees on your warming trend. In addition to that, most of the day does look good, but we do have a chance for some storms coming up Wednesday night through the overnight hours and into Thursday, and more storms Thursday afternoon. So getting a little more active for midweek, but those temperatures rising right along with that chance for some storms. 93 degrees again for Friday. We'll hit that 90-degree mark. And then this weekend, maybe not quite seeing 90, but we're going to be warm. Look at these start temperatures around 70 degrees. So pretty muggy. We'll see some warm weather and a chance for some storms both days this weekend. Let's check in with Al for an update on traffic.
Police, we're back out checking on things on the Metro Interstate Loop this morning. A quick reminder for you, we have that stalled vehicle southbound Interstate 29, the ramp off I-29 onto 12th Avenue North. There was that crash as well on northbound I-29 and 19th Avenue. I suspect that may have cleared by now. Out here on Interstate 94, there is just a ton of traffic westbound. My goodness, it's really, really thick. Eastbound's pretty active as well. Just approaching the ramps now onto 8th Street in Moorhead. And once again, you're headed east on 8th Street in Moorhead and you get off at 8th Street. I'm sorry, if you're headed east on Interstate 94 and you want to get off at the 8th Street ramp in Moorhead, you're going to end up going south down to 30th Avenue. Taking a look at things here, I can just look ahead to 20th Street. Looks like 20th Street traffic is getting pretty darn thick as well. One of the many detours affiliated with this major construction project out here on Interstate 94. I-94 traffic once again really thick. Drive carefully this morning. Willamette Valley today traffic.
6:53, we're following some breaking news for you overnight. Tropical storm Colin made landfall in northern Florida overnight, bringing heavy rain and damaging wind. The storm is now churning over the Atlantic, but is still causing some problems. Forecasters expect that Colin will be pelting parts of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas with 3 to 6 more inches of rain today. The governor of Florida has already declared a state of emergency in 34 counties. Colin is the earliest a third named storm has formed in the Atlantic.
A 34-year-old man faces charges after police say he hit 135 miles an hour during a high-speed chase while his 2-year-old daughter was in the back seat surrounded by beer cans.
Dustin Martin is charged with fleeing police, first-degree DWI, and child neglect. The chase started in Glendon over the weekend. Officers eventually used stop sticks to bring it to an end. Authorities say Martin failed several field sobriety tests and refused to take a breath test.
A local family is warning you about thieves who stole their camper from their yard. Authorities are asking you to keep an eye out for it. It disappeared from a farm in Pekin, North Dakota over the weekend.
The camper has a Minnesota license plate number RT60255. You're asked to call the Nelson County Sheriff's Office at 701-247-2474 if you have any information.
A Bismarck man is facing several charges stemming from the 2 reports of gunshots that were heard over the weekend.
19-year-old Vernon Pook has been charged with 7 counts of reckless endangerment and theft of property. Sunday morning, police responded to reports of gunfire in 2 locations. They found bullet holes in cars and in the side of a home. After getting a search warrant, police ended up finding a stolen 9mm handgun. That's when they arrested Pook, and he had 2 9mm bullets in his pocket at the time. The search is also over for 2 men who escaped this weekend from the Missouri River Correctional Center in Bismarck.
Devin Wynn and 3 Feathers Morin were taken into custody at a Bismarck motel. The 2 are now being held at the North Dakota State Penitentiary.
A Fargo woman wants to know why she is not getting a bill credit that her neighbor received for the same 3 power outages last year. Lisa Nichols says her neighbor got the $50 credit from XL Energy, but she was told she was not eligible.
XL Energy told her she must have 4 or more outages. A month ago, an XL official told us, as well as their customers, 3 outages were needed to be eligible.
Now, we did reach out to XL, and we were told that that credit does apply to only 4 or more outages. They did say that they had made a mistake in their original release, but are looking into Nichols' issue.
It's perfect timing. Pools across the valley are opening just when we're about to hit some of our warmest temps of the season.
Yeah, going to be a great spot to cool off when we get to the 90s later this week. Giving us a little sneak peek at the fun you can have at pools all around is the Valley Today's Christy Larson, who is live at the pool at Davies High School in South Fargo. Hi, Christy.
I'm already enjoying myself out here at the pool. Who needs to wait for temps to warm up this weekend? You just have a little relaxing time, put the sunglasses on, lean back, but it's not just Davies Pool that we have. It's a lot of different pools around the FM area.
Yes, the Fargo Parks has 5 outdoor pools here at Davies, Northside Recreational Pool, Southwest Recreational Pool, Island Park Pool, and Madison Pool. And we had chatted earlier, we've got different options. If you want to come pay the admission per session, you can buy a punch card. We offer those for 10 punches. We also sell season passes, and the good news about that season pass, it's good for all 5 of our outdoor pools.
Yeah, it might end up saving your family just a little bit of money. And as we talked about, Island Park, you have the diving boards, some of the other pools, Northwest, Southwest, you have those other slides. And here at Davies, not only do you have the big slides, but you can hear the dinging already happening. You have the big bucket that drops gallons and gallons of water on those kids.
Absolutely. Lots of features, lots of options for everybody. Come on out to our pools. And if you want more information, you can certainly go to our website at fargoparks.com.
Yeah, and I think, guys, I might just have to stay out here until it warms up to that 73 Lisa's been talking about. So I think I'm just going to, you can tell the boss I'm going to be out here if they need me. And I'll just wear my 70 sunscreen all day, too.
Christy, from what you were saying earlier, the pool water temperature is in the 70s, so you might as well just go warm up right there in the water right now.
I thought about it, but then I decided when you get out of the pool and it's back to not 70s, I thought that wouldn't be very fun.
That's why you just have to stay in there all day. Christy Larson reporting live, living the good life there at Davies Pool. Thank you. Rock fans in Fargo may need to add a few events to their calendar this year. Korn and Breaking Benjamin are scheduled for Saturday, September 24th at Shields Arena. Tickets will go on sale this Friday at 11 in the morning.
Also, another big concert that was added to Shields Arena, Volbeat with Killswitch Engage and Black Wizard. They'll be performing in Fargo Thursday, August 25th. Tickets for that show go on sale a week from Friday, June 17th at 11 a.m.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Over 40% of us do this when we are angry.
The answer, eat ice cream. Oh, it just makes you feel so much better.
That's good comfort food.
You can take part in our question of the morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page every Monday through Friday. Good ice cream weather is coming up this week. Lisa Green.
It is, especially by the end of the week. It's going to be pretty toasty. We're looking at today that warming trend continuing. We add a few more degrees onto our temperatures that we had yesterday, and lots of sun and less wind. So real good improvements coming up here. Wednesday looks good, 80s, but we have a chance for some storms coming up late Wednesday night, and that stormy weather continues into Thursday. After that departs, we are enjoying some 90s Friday, or at least those of us who like the heat. Great pool weather coming up.
Yeah, very nice. The pool, the lake. Can you float down the river yet? That's got to be open for the season.
Can you set up a pool in your backyard? Whatever you need.
Whatever
The
you got.
slip and slide.
Pool, yeah, whatever it takes. Sounds like a plan. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. Remember, we'll have more local news and weather for you right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great Tuesday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning.